everything in there from eyeballs to elephants. So how about getting a damn rod to synchronize those dynamos? If we don't, they're all just gonna bust apart.
You better take this.
Who is it?
The Oregon.
The ship?
Aye, it's urgent.
Yeah, what isn't? You gonna get that rod installed? Hello? Hello? This is Edison. Speak up. I don't hear so well. A what? Oh, yeah, I didn't know. It sounds like a short. A short. Yes, yes. Yes, well, I'll send someone round. Yes, yes. Christ. Almost burned down Vanderbilt's mansion for breakfast, blew up our dynamos for lunch, and now for dinner we might sink a goddamn steamship. Typical day at Edison. Batch?
Oh, Nico, my lad, you made it.
Charles, so good to see you.
Al. This be the lad I told you about. Worked for us in Paris.
Paris?
Aye, this be Nico. Nikola Tesla.
Great honor meeting you, Mr. Edison. Great honor.
Now, in my life, I've known two truly great men. You most certainly be one of them. The other be this young man.
That's mighty high praise.
No, mean every word of it. Think he'd be a grand asset for the company.
Do you?
I do, aye. Well, I'll leave you two at it. Oh, but if you're going to have an heart-to-heart with Al Edison, you best know his motto.
Right.
Motto.
Perseverantia omnia
vincit.
Yes.
Yeah, mark that, Paris. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99%
Perspiration.
goddamn right.
Oh, and I'll give bloody proof of that. Especially if you have the misfortune of being downwind of the bugger.
Ah, you don't want to talk. This limey can stink up a room faster than a Kaiser farting sauerkraut.
Well, with that, I'm off.
Yeah, get that rod installed, right?
Yeah. Now, you two have a good old natter.
Natter.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you.
Good luck, Nico.
So, you work for us in Paris.
Yes, in Paris I work at...
Closer. Speak up.
I work for Mr. Bachelor at Edison Company in Paris.
Tesla, is it?
Nikola Tesla, yes.
Tesla. That ain't some Frenchy name, is it?
No, it's not.
Spanish. No, I know. Italian.
Serbian.
Serbian?
Yes.
Oh. Well, dollars to donuts, I would peg you for an Italian. So, you've come here to work, is that it?
Oh, yes, and if may, I would like to show invention.
Invention?
Yes.
Well, you sure as hell come to the right place. I seem to be a magnet for inventors.
Magnet! Yes, is what I want to show. Mr. Edison, for many years there is no solution how to use alternating current to power, say, motor. Yes, but now I show you. Solution is found. Please, look.
What am I looking at?
Well, is patent showing how motive force for motor is new kind of magnetic field from alternating current. You see how, yes?
Who drew these?
Was friend.
First-rate work. You should give me the fellow's name. I can always use a good pencil, but this patent, it ain't worth a plug nickel.
Pardon?
A motor or any machine powered by alternating current is completely impractical.
But Mr. Edison, if you simply look, you'll see.
Alternating current is like water going back and forth in a pipe. It just gets stuck.
But current is nothing like that. Nothing is, how to say, it's like waves on beach.
And it's high pressure current. AC will kill you faster than yellow fever.
All electricity has danger, but will be set down.
You familiar with our dynamos?
Yes, in Strasbourg, I repair your generator.
Look, I just got a call about a busted dynamo on a steamship. You get it running today and you can muck tomorrow.
Muck?
Muck, work.
Well, to work for you, Mr. Edison, would be great honor.
Yeah, well, we'll get that fancy out of your head soon enough. My assistant has all the particulars. He's that duck back there by the jumbos. Sammy.
Sammy! Yes, thank you. Will do do best.
Well, you just get going. That ship's got to be squared by the morning.
Squared. Yes.
Oh, wait. I've got to ask you. Do you salt?
Salt?
You know, salt, your food.
No, do not use salt.
Oh. Well, what are you waiting for? Get that generator squared.
Yes.
I know two great men. Batch, you son of a bitch. You're a pistol, you really are. Mopsy! Oh, sweet Jesus!
Oh, catnap now. Breakfast.
Apple pie. Now you're talking. Right, that is good. But a bit more sugar wouldn't hurt. What's the time?
Almost full.
4 a.m. Lord Almighty. Another all-nighter. Nothing's done. I don't know why we even bother. We're just reaping the whirlwind.
Tis about as all that now.
Tisn't? Tisn't? You see these? Got a bill for every goddamn minute of the day. The money sharks have got us by the shorts. We're feeling every damn tug. All I ever wanted to do was make this world a better place, not run a goddamn business.
You need capital to do any good in this world. It's like you say, money is energy.
Sometimes I wish I never left telegraphing. Did I ever tell you how I learned to signal?
Well, yes. You said it was in
In
a
a
cave.
cave. A cave. Outside Jimmy Clancy's house back in 1863. I was 16 years old. I spent 18 hours a day in there until I could signal in my sleep. Well, he said rat paralyzer's working again. We really ought to patent that thing. Well, it's enough damage done for one day. Let's get out.
I'm all for that now. I'm a slip on my feet.
Yeah, you just can't help it. Hoisting around, eh, Matt?
Very funny, Al. By the way, how's the missus?
Popsy?
Hi. Doing any better? Al?
No. She's in a coma.
Oh, coma, bloody hell.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
The morning air. Well, looky here. We've been up sweating bullets all night. Mr. Paris is just getting in from a night on the town. Did you have any time to get the dynamo fixed?
The dynamo is, how you say, square. I'm most familiar with your generator. Good night. Well, morning, Mr. Edison, Charles.
Nico?
The workday starts in 4 hours.
Yes, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, don't sweat it. You've done some good work. Get some rest. Noon's fine.
We'll start at 8. Thank you.
That, you bastard. I gotta admit, that's a damn good man.
Come on. Let's get you home.
Can you hear that, Popsy? I know how much you love it. That crazy old song. I hope you can hear it. You know, the doctor says it's good for you to hear things, to be talked to. Yeah, I've been thinking about the day we met. They ducked into our shop, get out of the storm, shivering and soaked to the skin. And then there was me. Oh, looking like the wild man of Borneo, covered head to foot in dirt and sheen oil. But we couldn't take our eyes off each other, could we? You let me walk you home that night. After the storm. Night was so clear and bright. And then we got married a year later, just after you turned 16. Oh, you remember your family's reaction? Christ, you would have thought we blew up Congress. But, you know, maybe they were right. Maybe we should have waited. But, as you know only too well, waiting is not my strong suit. You, on the other hand, had to do plenty of it. Always waiting for me. I was never there, was I? I wasn't there when you gave birth to our daughter. Wasn't there when you gave me our boys. And that's when your sadness started. You started eating a pound of chocolate a day and sitting in a dark bedroom screaming at shadows. I tried to make you happy. I really did try. I thought I could fix your sadness with diamonds and dresses, and houses and servants. I tried to give you everything I thought you wanted. Except the one thing you really wanted. Me. I'm so sorry. My love, my sweet, my Popsy.
But Nikola, this has been tried many times, and it always results in feeble vibration.
Because of rapid change in electrical field. Yes, I know this, Charles. I know.
It's like Al says, using alternating current as a motive force is much like trying to eliminate the force of gravity.
No, keep gravity. Eliminate brush.
You mean our motor's brushes? I don't follow.
Not trying to convert you to his alternating current, is he, Babs?
Mr. Edison, please, think again. To eliminate, commute the brush from all motor.
Eliminate the brush. Brushes keep the torque from reversing. Direct current motors can't run without it.
Yes, but this is why we must use alternating current.
But what? Without brushes, what the hell turns the armature?
Yes, it's turned by two alternating current out of phase.
By what?
It's turned by, how to say, a magnetic whirlwind, yes?
Magnetic whirlwind?
Electromagnetic, yes. Mr. Edison, motor powered by alternating current will change world. No more are men slave to mindless labor. With this powerful new motor, they are free. I know this. And I know you. Only great man like you, Mr. Edison, can give this freedom to world.
Tesla, you are crazier than a shithouse rat.
Mr. Edison, there is no need to be.
You work for Edison Electric. For me. For me, not for the goddamn world. You're certainly not here to free it. Is that understood? Is it? Is it? Is that understood? She's gone, Batch. Mary passed last night.
Last night?
Yeah, I'm wondering, could you maybe you make the arrangements for her?
Of course.
You need flowers.
Of course, don't ever worry.
Flowers, yeah.
Shouldn't you be at home with the children?
Popsy liked flowers and roses. She liked white roses.
Of
Yeah,
course.
make a note of that. White roses.
Don't ever worry, I'll take care of all.
And then there's
What? What, Al? Tell me.
the copper shortage.
Copper?
Yeah, the cost of copper wire is knocking the starch out of us. How are the new meters coming?
Don't fret about work now.
How are the new meters coming?
Oh, Steinmetz is working on it.
You know, and more work needs to be done. Well, you let me know when that's squared, eh?
Did he say wife die?
Lunch with me, Nico? Nico, as a friend, I must tell you, you gotta put this fancy alternating current out of your head.
Could remove.
What?
Peach.
Peach?
Please, remove.
The peach?
Yes,
Why?
please, remove.
All right. All right. You know, Al has based his entire electrical system, dynamos, wiring, motors, meters, all be based on direct current, you know?
Direct current must have generating station every 2 miles. When alternating current can be transmitted hundreds of miles. Niagara Falls, sending electricity here to New York.
Well, that'd be the potential.
No, this is certainty.
His theory, Nico, could all be bollocks.
Thomas Edison is a great man, amazing man, but he's blinded by simplicity of direct current. It's impossible.
Impossible, Nico. Impossible, did you say? Impossible is the things Al's been doing his entire life. For 50 years, they've been trying to make a practical electric lamp. Nobody could until Al Johnny well did.
Yes, with help from you and many others.
Yes, with our help. But without Al's vision, none of it would have happened. And surely, you agree, what he'd be doing now, the electrification of New York will fundamentally change the world.
Of course, agree, of course.
I've known Al since we were both plug operators at American Telegraph. Even then, he'd be special. Even then, when he walked into a room, he just lit it up with genius.
I've always admired genius of Thomas Edison. Charles, you know this.
I see a lot of Edison in you, Nico. I truly do. Outwardly, you two be as different as chalk and cheese, but inwardly, you're both touched by invention. That's a rare thing. But you got to be practical. Practical like Al, not burning daylight with fancies of magnetic worlds.
It's not fancy.
And you must agree, alternating current has many dangers. It truly can kill.
Of course, no, this but are many ways to set power.
All I can tell you, Nico, is to follow Edison. Follow the genius you say you admire.
I'm convinced any improvement of DC is in vain. But
Yes, but
with modification, output of generator could be increased by half.
wait. You're saying our dynamos can be made to generate more power, 50% more power?
Yes, and with lower cost to operate.
Are you sure about this, Nico?
Yes.
Really sure?
Yes, but even with improvement, it is still inferior.
Maybe to you, but not to Al. This be the kind of news he wants to hear.
How is this miracle happening?
With simple modification.
Of the existing jumbos. We don't gotta build anything new.
No, nothing new.
Well, if any mucker or mine can make that happen, hell's bells. That's gotta be worth a little bonus.
Oh, yeah. What kind of bonus out?
50,000 clams on the barrelhead.
Oh, you hear that, Nico? $50,000 in your pocket.
And this is not joke?
Joke? Me? Never.
Well, there you have it. Get cracking, Nico. Take the baggers and mash. Oh, Al's cat.
Yes!
Now that we got that sorted, can we get back to work? We're not here for the entertainment. Well, I didn't see you there. The crazy old music hall song, but it was my Mary's. Look, I know I look like a madman, but the fact of the matter is a vibration travels through the teeth the same way it travels through the ear. And I had to figure out some way to hear my recordings. That was my Mary's favorite. You need something?
No, well, just to say all is finished.
Finished?
We have tested and retested and output remains increased.
By the 50% you promised?
Yes, and more.
Tesla, you pulled my leg.
No pull.
You verified this miracle.
Bachelor and son at both.
Well, hip, hip, hoorah. Finally, some good news around here. You know, Bachelor was right about you. Good work. Good work.
So, Mr.
You know, I've
Edison.
been meaning to ask you something.
Yes?
Yeah, where did you say you were born?
Born?
Yeah, you remember, don't you?
Born in Smiljan in Croatia.
Miljan, huh? Well, it ain't on any map.
A very small village by Velvet Mountain. Here.
Now, when you were a lad, now tell me true. Did you ever eat human flesh?
Eat human flesh.
It's a serious question.
Mr. Edison, father was Orthodox priest and writer of many poems. Uncle is Archbishop of Sarajevo, another is Colonel in Imperial Army. I assure you, Mr. Edison, family and village very much part of Western civilization.
Well, it ain't on any map.
But just show.
Did you hear the latest about Bell?
May we discuss?
Great Alexander Graham Bell. Busting my phonograph patents with his graphophone. Graphophone for my phonograph. As ass backwards as he is. And people are buying them up like crazy, like Christmas. Outright stealing the best thing I ever done.
May we talk why I am here?
Why you're here?
Yes, you know why.
I do?
You do?
Do I?
Yes.
Well, are you going to tell me, or are we playing 20 questions?
For bonus, Mr. Edison.
For what?
Bonus!
I heard. What bonus?
For dynamo improvement, 50,000.
What? I don't hear so well, you know?
50,000!
50?
$50,000 you promised when dynamos improve.
$50,000?
Yes, it's bonus, you promised.
Oh. No, I get it. I'm sorry. My fault. I should have known you wouldn't get American humor. That was a mosquito whopper.
What?
A mosquito whopper. A jab, a josh, a joke.
Joke!
Yeah, and speaking of, did you hear
No.
what about that?
No,
Brit
you
and the
said
gang
it was
on the
not
train?
joke.
No, it's a great joke.
Mr.
Brit and the
Edison,
gang
in
on the train.
Strasbourg, I improved your dynamo and was promised bonus which never come. Now, here, I work night and day on new improvement, and you cannot do same because you promised, Mr. Edison, you promised 50,000.
Just like, listen, we're both scientists, ain't we? We're both doing our damnedest trying to perfect this world. We're not doing it for the money. We're doing it for the betterment of the race.
Mr. Edison, you promised this!
All right. Jeez. Don't get your knickers in a twist. How much you making now? A week's wage.
$18.
$18 a week. Well, you've done good work. There is no denying that. What do you say we put another sawbuck in your envelope?
Sawbuck?
Yeah, another $10. You'll be making $28 a week. That's $3 more bucks than the bloody mayor makes.
Impossible! Charles!
What's wrong?
It's impossible! Impossible!
Yeah, how's the new meters coming?
Did you sack Nikola?
Sack him? No. I just bumped him up to $28 a week. Of course, he wanted $50,000 for his bonus. What a duck.
Well, how?
Yeah?
Well, you did promise him a $50,000 bonus.
I gotta hear this again from you? Sweet Jesus, Batch, it was a joke. You didn't expect me to pay a king's ransom to one of the muckers for doing his goddamn job, do you?
Al, you distinctly did promise.
Look, I don't have time for this horse shit. Don't. Laying our wires is costing 3 times more than what we estimated. It can put our lights out. No more of this Tesla bonus rubbish.
What did you have to sack him?
Oh, he'll be back. You haven't noticed there's a depression on right about now. Who's gonna hire him? Where's he gonna work? So enough of this bonus bullshit. Right, Batch? Right, Batch?
Right now.
Yeah. Well, by the way, I've been getting reports that horses have been getting shocked by our wires in the rain.
Yeah, heard that too.
Yeah, I never heard a horse my mother would turn over in her grave. Couldn't you tell the men to dig down and another couple of feet? Tell them to put their backs into it.
Yeah.
We're months behind.
On it!
It don't take a genius to dig a ditch.
You're Tesla?
Yes.
You're the guy who worked for Thomas Edison?
Yes.
So you knew him?
Yes.
I mean, you knew him personally, like?
Yes.
Oh, so you was like some bigwig there,
Yes,
huh?
yes, I designed these dynamos, had much responsibility.
Really?
Yes!
What the devil you doing digging his ditches for? I mean, I know times is tough.
I work like all must work.
Speaking of, don't you got any work clothes?
These are clothes I work in.
Yeah, maybe for high and mighty Tom Edison. Listen, let's talk later. I got some ideas. And keep drinking water. It must be over 100 degrees today. People go crazy in heat like this. Crazy!
Yes, yes. Crazy.
Nico!
Mama,
Nico, my son, what has happened to you?
happened to me.
Beautiful, ain't she? The best thing I've done. This one's my baby.
You were my baby, born in lightning.
You'll fill this sad world with sweet, sweet sounds.
Sounds tormented you, living flames burned you. But this is your genius. And now you dig ditches? I fear you are no longer mine.
The one thing that's all mine.
like an angel.
Do not forget me.
Tesla. Hey, Tesla. Tesla! Where the hell was you, brother? You all right? Here, drink some water. I told you to keep drinking water. Whew. This kind of work ain't for the likes of you, is it?
I work like almost work.
Yeah, whatever. But listen, I talked to a friend of mine about you. He's heard about your motor.
My motor.
Yeah, he knows some money shops. They're looking for a motor that runs off of alternating current. Ain't that your motor?
My motor, yes.
Let's get you out of this ditch then. Come on. Now, hey, you do know about that good old American tradition known as a finder's fee, don't you? Well, come on.
And what's he calling it?
Tesla Electric.
Ha! How original.
Well, you must admit, Al, alternating current does have its advantages.
What advantages?
Well, less copper for transmission, for one. That alone cuts our wiring costs by at least 2/3.
Well, hip, hip, hooray! 2/3 less to roast a man. Have you seen today's Herald?
No?
Western Union lineman is up on a pole, cutting away what he thinks is dead wire, and he gets tangled up in him, and is killed by a line of alternating current. Killed first, cut afterwards, then roasted. Roasted! Thousands of people saw this.
Oh, bloody hell.
There's your AC advantages batch. But for all the danger, what the hell good is it? Maybe light an arc lamp or two, but it can't power anything. It can't even spin the spindle on a sewing machine.
Well, that's what Tesla's induction motor is supposed to solve.
Oh, don't give me this horse shit about armature spinning inside a magnetic whirlwind. The only whirlwind that's spinning is inside his head. Yeah, but this Tesla Electric, small potatoes. It's George we've got to worry about.
George.
Westinghouse.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, Westinghouse fought the train trusts over rights to his air brake, and he beat them flat.
Now he's in the electricity business in a big way.
The alternating current electricity business. Westinghouse is sharp as a snake. I expect his next move will be to take over Tesla's company. But that's a fight for another day. Is Steinmetz in?
He is.
Yeah, let's see what our little inventor is up to.
So, have you always been an inventor, Mr. Tesla? Oh, please, have a seat.
Must say yes. Even as child. Inheritance, I think, from mother.
Your mother?
Yes, she invents many things for kitchen and for garden, and always encouraged me. Except for bug motor.
I'm sorry, did you say bug motor?
Yes, motive power was 16 June bug glued to wheel. But experiment comes to sad end when friend eats them. Eats them, it's true.
Well, one of my first inventions was also a rotary motor. The motive power definitely was not its...
Wise decision, yes?
But we're not here to talk about my tinkering.
You do not tinker. Mr. Westinghouse, your locomotive air brake has saved many, many thousands.
And I believe that a world powered by your alternating current will improve the lives of many millions of people.
Many billions.
Billions, Mr. Tesla. There aren't that many people on the planet.
I speak of future, Mr. Westinghouse.
Oh yes, the future. And nothing speaks more eloquently of that than your induction motor.
Sie ruckt und weicht. Der Tag ist überlebt. Do you know this? Goethe's Faust.
I am afraid I do not.
Sun retreat, dawning day of toil. Yonder haste, new field of life exploring. But no wing can lift me from soil upon its track to follow, soaring. This I hear in Budapest, and all came like lightning. Race difference, generating system, motive power, all this I see. This vision of power like poetry, energy to create a new world.
Here's my offer. 25,000 in cash, 50,000 in notes, and a royalty of $2.50 per horsepower per motor. And once the superiority of your polyphase system is established, I have no doubt the royalties alone will make you richer than Croesus.
Richer than when I arrived, yes. During journey here, all was stolen. Had the 4 cents when shipped out.
Well, sir, I think I can guarantee you more than that. Our first concern, however, concerns your former employer.
Edison. He's of no importance. His system already obsolete.
Yes, but one of Tom's many dictums is that an inventor needs enemies. And since we have become his, we must be prepared for absolutely anything, no matter how outrageous.
No matter what Edison does, the world will choose my power.
Well, let us hope that is writing up on the wall. This way, sir.
Alf, have you read this?
What is it?
It's a letter from a chap called Southwick.
Never heard of him.
Dear Mr. Edison, I am a member of New York's newly formed Commission on Humane Executions, tasked with finding a better way of enforcing capital punishment.
Stop.
What?
I'm against it, you know that.
Well, of course, Al, but
No, capital punishment is barbaric. No government should have a right to, or the power to murder its own citizens.
Maybe so. Well, capital punishment is law and always shall be.
You know, so are goddamn taxes. What's it to do with me?
Well, he writes, we still enforce capital punishment by hanging, a barbarous act that has not changed since the Middle Ages. And here we are on the cusp of an awfully enlightened 20th century.
You want enlightenment? Abolish the damn thing.
He goes on. You are the foremost electrician in the world, and we believe your knowledge of electricity could create a truly humane form of execution, painless and instantaneous.
What is with this, Doc? It's alternating current that kills. Direct current can't. We made it safe. Don't you know that?
Don't think he does, Al. And don't think the public knows either. Huh? Think about it.
What do you want about, Batch?
Well, I think you should consider helping with electrical execution.
Come on, are you off your rocker?
Take a page from Dr. Guillotine.
That's exactly why I want nothing to do with this. I don't want my name associated with executions.
Well, that's just it. It won't have anything to do with you. The condemned man will be Westinghoused.
Westinghouse.
Aye, by Westinghouse alternating current. Huh? Oh, it's just a fancy, but well, think of what it would do to people's confidence in alternating current, reading newspaper accounts of criminals being Westinghoused.
Westinghouse.
Just a fancy. Well, I do think there's some more sense in it.
Gentlemen, for an animal lover like myself, this is a difficult and yes, terrible experiment to conduct. But since we need to demonstrate that high pressure alternating current will quickly dispatch an adult man, we thought an old cart horse, one that was on its way to the slaughterhouse anyway, would make a good substitute to painlessly dispatch. And to that end, we've attached electrodes to its head and forelegs, and those are wired to a Westinghouse electric high-pressure alternating current dynamo. Are you ready, Batch?
Ready, Al?
You may close the circuit. What's the voltage? 300! Double it! Give it another 100! Well, as you can see, it took a little more doing than we thought to Westinghouse the Beast. But keep in mind, it weighed well over 400 pounds.
Gentlemen, allow me to issue a challenge to Mr. Tesla and Mr. Westinghouse. In the presence of Mr. Edison and myself, let one of them pass so-called safe alternating current over their bodies, whilst I pass the proven safe direct current of Edison General Electric over mine.
Here, here.
Mr. Edison, picture?
No.
I thank all for coming. And very impressed so many would attend demonstration of so-called dangerous alternating current. Unfortunately, Mr. Edison has declined our invitation, perhaps concerned he might be treated as one of his poor animals. Like stage magician, Mr. Edison has most artfully misdirected truth of alternating current. I am no great illusionist like Harry Keller, but can make real magic of AC power appear. Power for life is made by alternating current. 1,000 volts, no passing over me. Same current Mr. Edison thinks dangerous, fit only for execution. But real danger regarding alternating current, gentlemen, is darkness of ignorance.
A wondrous demonstration, Mr. Tesla, wondrous.
Thank you.
And there really was no trickery.
Well, simply science.
Oh, that should go a long way in helping us in, what are they calling it? Current wars? War of the currents.
It is war. War is already won.
Don't be too sanguine on Tom Edison. The man's a natural-born brawler and won't be throwing down the towel anytime soon.
No, his business dealing much too well.
Yeah. Well, by the by, have you seen this? 1890 may be the darkest year since creation. Edison's electrical executions are almost certain to become the law by January.
It's barbaric. Electricity is gift to mankind. Power to improve, not kill. Is why we must make these demonstrations to stop such madness.
Yes, but it may already be too late. Edison is throwing everything he has behind these executions, and he has much. And he's still backed by J.P. Morgan.
I don't understand how civilized a man like Thomas Edison can condemn another to die.
Because to him, it's just another battle in a war he intends to win.
It's terrible nonsense.
Well, yes, but nonsense can be a very powerful thing. Tom's been making a handsome living off it for years.
Can you speak up, Mr. Cochran? I have a little trouble hearing.
Of course, Mr. Edison. I was just saying that this hearing is to determine whether the execution of William Kemmler by electricity violates his Eighth Amendment right against cruel and unusual punishment.
Yes, I understand.
Are you familiar with Mr. Harold Brown?
I am.
Does he work for you? Or rather, Edison General Electric?
Don't think he does.
You don't think he does?
As far as I know, no, he does not.
Well, then how did you meet Mr. Brown?
Well, he came by the shop one day and wanted to use some of the equipment.
And you let it?
I did.
Are you in the habit of letting just anyone use your equipment?
Well, not just anyone, but Brown seemed like a nice enough fellow.
Have you seen his design for electrical execution?
His design?
His concept, rather, for the execution of William Kemmler. Here it is. Can you see that all right?
Nothing wrong with my eyes, Mr. Cochran, just my ears.
Would you say that that looks like an adequate representation of a hypothetical electrical execution?
Well, the circuit seems sound enough.
How is electricity made?
How is it made, you ask?
Yes. How is it generated?
Well, you have it, sir.
Pardon?
You have it.
Sir,
Electricity is generated by a generator. Schoolboys know that.
is there a generator in Mr. Brown's illustration?
There better be, or the only thing that's going to happen to this fellow is a good nap.
Do you see it?
Haven't you been listening? It's right there.
Is there a label on that generator?
Label?
The manufacturer's name?
It reads Westinghouse Electric.
Why do you think Mr. Brown would include a detail like that?
Well, because alternating current is needed to kill a man, and that is the only kind of current that Westinghouse Electric makes.
Aren't you in a patent fight with Mr. Westinghouse?
Mr. Cochran, I am in a patent fight with just about every man, woman, child, cat, dog, and grandmother in the world and country.
But there's great animosity between you two, yes?
No. I think George is a fine fellow.
But Westinghouse Electric's current is different from that of Edison General Electric's.
This question has been asked and answered over and over and over again. But once again, Westinghouse Electric generates alternating current. And alternating current is the only kind of current that I know of that will kill a man.
Well, we know that you have killed dogs and calves and even a horse with it. But you've never actually executed any man with alternating current, now have you, sir? Now, can you please tell us what you think? What happened to a human being executed by this current?
Well, I would think that after a few seconds, all bodily fluids would evaporate, creating a kind of, I guess you'd call it a kind of mummification.
Like in ancient Egypt, that Mr. Kemmler will become a mummy?
He would. Or anyone else executed with high-pressure alternating current.
And you truly believe this?
I do. I truly believe that just a few seconds of alternating current passing through the human body will result in an instant death.
Painless as well?
Painless. Absolutely painless. Painless. Absolutely painless.
Westinghouse. They say that hatchet murderer was Westinghoused. Tom sure pounded that nonsense into their heads. Kemmler's execution was too terrible to be pictured. The smell of burning flesh was throughout the room. Strong men fainted and fell like logs upon the floor. My God, they could have done a better job if they used the axe he used on his wife.
Horror from Dante.
This electricide business couldn't have come at a worse time.
I thought sales expanding, yes?
Sales are expanding, yes, but so are expenses. Putting the country on an AC standard has strained us severely. My financial people believe the only way to save Westinghouse Electric from bankruptcy is through consolidation.
But gold would still be implementation of my polyphase system, yes?
Absolutely, but that's another problem. Your horsepower royalties. No banker will underwrite us with those royalties in place. Now, it pains me to broach this because I sincerely believe you deserve that money. But I fear the fate of Westinghouse Company is in your hands.
Here is a royalty contract. Here are hands, ready for work.
I hope you know what you've done. You may have just shredded a fortune.
I know you are only man to give world my power. This is what I have done.
I assure you, all my powers are devoted to it. The problem is Edison's death chair. If we can't convince the public that alternating current is safe, well, their ignorance may kill it in its crib.
Ignorance is something that thrives in darkness. And this darkness we will destroy with light.
With light.
Light of truth.
Well, it better be as bright as the light in liberty's torch.
Yes, yes, this is what we shall use. Her torchlight.
Welcome, everyone, to what I hope to be the first of many annual electric light bowls, but most especially a heartfelt greeting to Dr. Nikola Tesla. He's recently returned from his triumph supplying power and light to the world's Columbian Exposition in Chicago. And because of that feat, Dr. Tesla and Westinghouse Electric will transform the waters of Niagara Falls into electricity that will soon electrify the boroughs of our New York. Dr. Tesla, might you honor us with a few words?
Thank you, Mrs. Vanderbilt. Harnessing of Niagara has been dream since childhood, when I imagine it turning giant water wheel to power mankind. Now, Westinghouse Electric makes child dream glorious future. Thank you.
Let us all help Dr. Tesla light the way to that oh so glorious future. Now please do enjoy yourselves. How does it strike you, Dr. Tesla? I call it spirit of electricity.
It's very illuminating, yes?
Thank you, Dr. Tesla. I hope it is. It is my own design.
Do you know of Vivekananda?
No, what is that?
He is famous Hindu Swami, spoke at World's Fair. If here, he might address you as Lakshmi,
Lakshmi.
Hindu goddess of light.
Ah, how charming. Are you not fascinated with the Hindu religion?
I am the Vedantic teaching of energy.
Of energy.
It's called prana, energy that creates existence.
Like our Genesis.
Is where energy and matter, prana and akasha, become one, for all is prana and akasha.
How terribly enchanting. You must tell me more about the World's Fair. Did you ride Mr. Ferris's wheel? Taste, what is it they call it? Cream of wheat? Such a thing. And what of this dancer, this Little Egypt? What is the name of her scandalous dance?
Hoochie Coochie. And do not forget science newest triumph.
Which is?
The zipper.
Yes, the zipper. Do you know Dr. Tesla, dear friends of mine, dabblers in the occult? They call you the man who fell to earth.
Oh, from where did I fall?
They say from Venus,
Venus.
goddess of beauty and love.
Chopin.
Pardon?
Do you not hear? Chopin, Opus 64, yes?
Yes, it must be coming from the music room.
Where is this?
Just down the hall.
With excuse. Yes?
Of course. I should attend my other guests.
Sorry, I thought I was alone.
You play Chopin with great finesse.
Well, I should. The lessons were dear enough. We have not met, but I'm a great admirer of yours, Dr. Tesla. I'm Anne. Something amiss?
Greatly admire woman of wealth, not polluting body with pearl or with earring.
Oh, really? Is that so?
It's meant as a compliment.
It is a strange compliment. But I agree. Great wealth should be used for the betterment of all, not for buying trinkets like diamonds or pearls. And most especially by someone like me.
Like you.
It is only by accident of birth that I am, as you put it, a woman of wealth.
Why do you think it accident?
Well, my father wouldn't. John Pierpont firmly believes that our fates have already been foretold in the stars.
John Pierpont. You are daughter of J.P. Morgan.
I am.
That is a surprise.
Why is that?
Your views are well.
Not when you consider that most men, women, children only 5 years old, doctor, work like slaves, 6 days a week for wages that barely keep them alive, and this is the richest country the world has ever seen. Forgive me, but when I think of the gross inequality of wealth in America, it tends to put me on a soapbox.
No, it's quite interesting. You advance my sex theory.
Your sex theory.
When many centuries of sex discrimination is finally overcome, I think will be no sex order with long suppressed intellect of woman as superior.
I do agree, Doctor. I do. But I don't see the need for either sex to be superior. We should simply be equal partners.
No, we will not be equal. Women will be superior, and this will dull and choke maternal instinct.
Doctor, do you truly believe that?
It's evolution, Miss Morgan. Marriage and motherhood become abhorrent, and mankind pulled closer to what is already perfect civilization.
What civilization could that possibly be?
You have it.
I do.
Perfect civilization of the bee.
Do you mean the insect?
It's already beginning.
Beginning. Well, that is a singular theory, Doctor. I grant you that.
Science.
And speaking of, I had dinner with Father last night. He could not stop talking about the Westinghouse Niagara project.
And has heavily invested in it, yes?
Well, Father does seem to invest in almost everything. In fact, he's still invested in Edison's system.
Ah, yes. To control and organize everything. forgive.
No need. I've heard far worse. Now, one thing that struck me was that Father said that the Westinghouse electrical current will be able to travel over 20 miles by wire from Niagara to Buffalo. God, is such a thing possible?
Hope Mr. Morgan will know. Transmission by wire, only first step.
Oh, first step.
Has nature need of wire? Is lightning bolt powered by power line?
No, of course not.
And I invite you to laboratory to see how nature shall power a new world.
Would a viewing now be convenient?
Now,
I never hesitate seeking out new, illuminations. Gracious! But how?
we whirl through space with inconceivable speed. All is spinning, all is moving. Energy is everywhere. Prana, as Hindus say. But is this energy static or kinetic? If static, all is lost. But if kinetic, and this I know to be, then is mere process of attaching to great wheelwork of creation for power unlimited, eternal, free. We stand at edge of world undreamed, Miss Morgan. Ours foretaken.
A world undreamed.
Must be careful not to overtax my circuitry. You would like to hold?
Oh,
Sure, it's perfectly safe.
it's like holding light itself.
It's future you hold. Please do not grow.
I shall surely endeavor not to.
Westinghouse building an AC power plant at Niagara Falls wins the war out. It just does. We got to accept the odd fact of it.
I was a fool letting him talk me into those electrical executions. They were nothing but misery, and they didn't do a damn bit of good. All those animals killed, even a horse, that old nag. God, it was like a horror out of Dante.
Nobody talks you into doing anything now. And it weren't wrong of us trying to show the dangers of AC. But Niagara trumps us.
I told you Westinghouse is sharp as a snake, and he stole that Niagara contract right out from under us because he got to power and light the World's Fair.
It was brilliant publicity for him.
Yeah, well, everything comes to him who hustles. And if the public wants goddamn AC power, then the public is going to get goddamn AC power. And Edison's alternating current will be better and safer and cheaper than anything that Westinghouse and Tesla can even dream of.
Is that why you are in Steinmetz? In case we had to go to AC.
Well, as Napoleon said, always expect the unexpected.
Did he say that?
Well, if he didn't, he should have. But with Steinmetz, this war is not over. We can beat them at their own game.
Well, that's if Westinghouse even stays in the AC business.
What do you mean?
Well, Nico is wanting Westinghouse to go wireless.
You mean wireless telegraph?
No, I mean power.
Power?
Aye. Nico is wanting to send some new kind of power by wireless.
Sweet Jesus, Patch. He finally gets the alternating current he tortured me with, and now he wants to ditch it for something else? Wireless power, you say?
That's what I heard.
I tell you, Patch, I'm not joking. I think Tesla's mind ain't right. He comes from a town that practiced cannibalism.
What? That's bollocks.
No, I'm not joking.
No, Nico's just... Sometimes he's hard to fathom because his head always
patch, but it ain't in the stars. It ain't in the stars.
Skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They're all fire, and everyone doth shine.
Shakespeare?
Play, Mr. Sheriff?
Caesar.
Just so.
It's night sky, Doctor. Look how bright the Milky Way is.
It illuminates Pike's Peak.
It's like a lightning bolt frozen in the sky.
Yes, like flaming sword, energy of universe falling into being. Holy sight, Mr. Sheriff.
Must be this thin Colorado air.
See there?
Where?
There. Venus, Mars.
Yes, but I've never seen them look so close. So bright.
Love and war. But will soon change. Yes, God of war is forgotten. Martians are left in peace, leaving only Venus and love. Some say I fell from her. Time?
It's almost 10. You sure this will work?
Has already.
It has. I wasn't aware that you even tested this.
Has worked here. Here, where I always test my creation.
But sending wireless current from 30 miles away?
It's time.
It works! It really works!
Great work, Mr. Sheriff! The creation of creation, frequency, vibration, energy, eternal and free.
Is it bothering you?
No. No. What do you have there?
The latest issue of Century Illustrated. All about the works of Dr. Tesla.
Dr. Tesla, oh yes.
Yes, Dr. Tesla imagines broadcasting music and voice and even pictures instantly all around the world.
So he envisions an international form of wireless, huh?
Yes, but more than that, he also talks about solar energy, controlling the weather, making thinking machines.
Come now, thinking machines.
I know how it sounds, Father, and from anyone else it would be lunacy. But I've grown to know him, and he's unlike anyone I've ever met.
How so?
When you're with him, you know you're in the presence of a genius intellect that will change the world.
Really, Anne?
Please listen to him, Father. Carefully consider what he has to say.
Show him in.
Nikola! Please, come in.
Mr. Morgan, thank you for seeing me.
I hope you do not mind my daughter being present.
No, not at all. Your daughter is most interesting.
And she has been a bit of a pest about her interest in you.
Pest, Father.
Zealot, perhaps?
Perhaps realist would be more apt.
Maybe righteous sometimes, yes, especially when it comes to one of your causes, such as...
Yes, my article on increasing human energy.
As well as solar energy, weather control, and the creation of thinking machines.
All of a piece, yes?
They are.
And not even a bit of hyperbole. Like receiving wireless signals from the planet Mars.
More than once in Colorado Springs, I receive rhythmic intelligence signal with no station near.
But Mars?
For 20 years, I've seen structures on Mars which cannot be natural.
This is true, Father.
Well, yes, the canals, they certainly are there.
Canal, yes, and the vegetation, the water. Civilization, there could be 100,000 million of
Dr. Tesla, were you fired by Edison?
Father!
Let him answer.
Not fired, no. I had disagreement with Mr. Edison.
Over his direct current obsession.
Was one, yes.
Yet he is our greatest inventor. If any of your notions are possible, why isn't he developing them? Surely anyone can make a fortune. Wouldn't this tempt him?
I think now he is tempted by houses of concrete.
That is true, Father. He is.
Yes, his new obsession of pouring houses. Well, Edison is a once-in-a-lifetime genius, there's no doubt about that, but some of his notions are pure balderdash.
Cannot disagree.
I will say, I'm glad you had the forethought to illustrate your ideas, but I must ask you this. What in the name of Hades is this electricity bursting about you like a hurricane?
It's his magnifying transmitter, Father.
And reason why I am here. Success of this experiment in Colorado Springs proves I can now build World Wireless Station.
You mean this tower?
Yes.
Well, how might this World Wireless benefit an investor?
Besides a way to unite the world?
Fine and good for the world, but where is my profit?
World Wireless will control all wireless signals, as well as let...
Stop! All wireless signals. By this, are you describing a communications trust?
Yes, monopoly of all telegraph telephone exchange.
Continue.
Morgan office in New York can now dictate to Morgan office in London wirelessly. Inexpensive instruments, no bigger than wallets, will let any music or voice be heard worldwide. In same way, any picture or printing can be seen. Millions of such instruments can be operated by World Wireless. We shall build.
The cost?
100,000 for transatlantic flight, 200 for trans-Pacific.
And to build?
Each one 1 year.
Your world undreamed.
I will invest 150,000 in a transatlantic station. As to a trans-Pacific, well, we shall see.
Wonderful, Father.
Yes, wonderful. It is grand, noble investment.
And as security, I will require 51% of any patents that exist for or might be generated from this world wireless system.
51.
Yes or no, Doctor? I have no interest in negotiating.
Nor I. Yes, agreed.
Capital. Let us shake on it.
Oh, Father, he doesn't.
What? Well, I'll have the contracts drawn up. If you will excuse me. By the by, and your mother is expecting you for dinner.
Yes, I know. I'll be there.
Excellent, excellent. You always lend spice to the dining.
Well, hopefully not enough to give you a tummy ache.
I'm sure I shall stomach it. Ha! There.
Have you a location for your dream?
There'll be a new city here, with homes and schools for thousands of workers.
Thousands of workers?
Mm-hmm.
Nikola, do you understand the potential here?
Of course. With World Wireless, we
No,
can find...
no. I understand that, but Mr. Sheriff spoke of a new city.
Well, there must be. With the amount of work that needs to be done?
Are you familiar with the progressive movement, Mr. Sheriff?
Of course I am. And I know how committed you are to it.
Really has become my life. I've stood with striking workers in front of factories and sweatshops, and I've seen firsthand the wrongs they suffer.
That's really quite brave of you, Miss Morgan.
That's not bravery. True bravery will be what we do here. Because here we can put into practice what the workers are striking for. 8-hour work days. Living wages. Putting children in schools instead of workshops. I mean, God, here we can show the world that these are not just fanciful pipe dreams, but God-given rights which for far too long have been ignored. Our new city can be an incubator that will give birth to not only communication and power, but human dignity and compassion. Your world undreamed. Awake.
It's quite wondrous. You are daughter of John Pierpont Morgan.
Well, if nothing else, I do have its drive, I think. What shall we call it?
Oh.
Our new city, it has to have a name, and Eden is already taken.
The general area is called Shoreham.
Shoreham. What about, Wardenclyffe?
Wardenclyffe.
Yes, for these beautiful cliffs overlooking the sound, and because
James Warden sold us the property.
Exactly!
Yes. Wardenclyffe. To free men and free energy.
Your office, Nikola, should be right where you stand. The big, bright windows overlooking the sound.
No need for office. Just chair to sit and dream.
Dream, Doctor?
All invention, Mr. Chef, begin as nothing more than fever dream.
A fever dream, JP. Nothing more than just that.
You certain about this, Tom?
Broadcasting electricity? Like a wireless signal, maybe a few feet? But certainly nothing practical.
Well, Tesla claims to have sent it 30 miles in Colorado Springs without wires.
While he was telegraphing the Martians?
Still, his AC polyphase system thoroughly trumped your direct current, didn't it?
Now listen, JP. I am no business genius like you. I mean, far from it. But let's say Tesla can broadcast electricity. I say he can't, but for the hell of it, let's say he can. Well, what the hell happens to the millions you've spent wiring Manhattan and the rest of the country? Is he going to flush it down the crapper and forget about it? And how do you meter something that's coming over the ether that anybody can get? I don't think even you have figured a way to charge for sunlight. But, hey, it's your money, and if it amuses you to throw it in something that looks like Paul Bunyan's salt shaker, then be my guest.
So your advice is what, that I wash my hands of it?
Well, as my dear old mother used to say, it's always a good idea to keep your hands clean.
These bills, Doctor. I'm sorry, but we must talk about the bills. This is serious, Doctor. If we don't get another check from Mr. Morgan, we may have to shut down!
Morgan will release money. Now he knows true purpose.
True purpose.
Nikola?
Here, Miss Morgan.
Hello, Mr. Sheriff.
Miss Morgan.
I have a letter from Paul. He said it was urgent.
Will you read?
Sure, Mom.
Please, read.
not included in your original proposal, therefore I do not feel inclined to make any further advances.
What?
Oh, God.
This is what he writes?
Well,
This!
Oh, well, Father was very upset that Marconi was...
Marconi! All I hear is Marconi. Yes, well, Marconi. This is good fellow. Good fellow who is only stealing 17 of my patents. World wireless is much more than tapping out one letter. Is eye and ear and power of new world. How can your father not see this?
Well, he simply cannot see what you see.
Dear Mr. Morgan, I am tired of speaking to pusillanimous people like you who become scared when I ask them to invest $5,000 and then get the diarrhea when I call for 10.
You are a big man, but you work in passing form. My work is immortal. 6,000 million are invested in my discoveries. You say you have fulfilled contract with me. You say this, but you have not.
Since a year, there has hardly been a night when my pillow is not bathed in... Here's what you must not think me a weak man for that, for I am perfectly sure...
Perfectly sure to finish my task.
My task, Dr. Tesla, is to make you understand that I have no intention of providing free energy to the world!
Nikola! Nikola!
Miss Morgan?
Did you not hear me? I kept calling for you, but you were speaking as if I was not here. Have you forgotten we're dining at Delmonico's
I
tonight?
am losing her.
Her?
Money. This is money I need. Money that is nothing to your father.
Yes, I agree. It is criminal what Father is doing to our boarding cliff. I have pleaded, I have pestered, and I have hounded him, but he simply will not be moved. God, if I had the money, I would gladly give it to you.
No, please.
What you need is a Ford.
What? Motor car?
No. An angel like Edison has.
Edison and Ford. Both should burn in hell.
Nikola.
In future, when eugenics is law, men like Edison, Ford, and sorry to say, even your father, Miss Morgan, even your father, men like these will be weeded out! Weeded out!
What is it? What's wrong? Are you ill?
Will you help? Please, Miss Morgan.
Yes, of course. You need to go to the hospital. What is that? An electric chair?
No.
With electricity?
You see bar switch there.
Nikola, this is dangerous.
You see bar switch there on the wall.
Yes,
You see.
of course, I've seen
When
it.
I tell you, close
This
switch.
cannot be safe.
If you will not help, close help.
No, I want to help.
Close switch.
Are you sure?
Close switch.
All right. If you are sure. Nikola.
Must you
What?
smoke?
Smoking's good for the lungs, Mother. It helps bring in the pure mountain air.
Dearie,
I'm all right, don't fret.
I'm not fretting. I just worry about all this smoking.
I've been smoking since I was What's a pup?
It's not healthy.
Hell, what is?
But 20 cigars a day.
Don't start.
I just wish you would start taking your health more seriously.
Don't worry. Only the good die young.
Then you should worry.
Why's that?
Because you're acting like a child.
That's true.
Thank you, Thomas.
Oh, these Blue Ridge Mountains really are something, ain't they? They seem to go rolling on forever.
They are magnificent. Breathtaking.
Definitely truth in advertising. Mountains as blue and clear as your beautiful eyes.
Oh, stop.
You know, Batch, I was blessed to find this beauty so soon after Mary's passing.
Aye, that you were.
It must have been hard for a young thing like you, get roped into marrying an old coot like me and then stepmothering 3 rowdy pups, and then having 3 more of your own.
3 more of our own, Thomas. And yes, taking care of you and the children can be a chore sometimes.
Sometimes.
But you know how much I love our family. It has been nothing but a blessing.
I always said my life has been one long string of luck.
Mine as well.
Oh, by the way, we heard the news about Nico.
Tesla?
Aye, he might be shutting down his World Wireless.
Why?
They probably can't afford the thing now that Morgan pulled out.
You know, I was amazed he could swindle that money shark Morgan for as long as he did.
Yeah, Nico'll be one of the cleverest men I've ever met. But telling a man like Morgan he was going to broadcast power and sound and pictures as well.
Yeah, it's some doohickey you hold in your hand. Can you imagine that mother holding a thing in your hand and seeing a moving picture or hearing a symphony, reading a newspaper?
I'm making a bloody telephone call.
Oh yeah, don't forget that.
It does sound like something out of Jules Verne.
Or the funny pages. Oh, that's it. Little Nemo meets Captain Nemo. Yeah, Tesla, he was for the birds.
Yeah, sometimes he was, sometimes he was.
Thank you. Thank you. It is my privilege to introduce Dr. Nikola Tesla as the recipient of the Edison Medal for 1917. Much like last year's recipient, Alexander Graham Bell, Dr. Tesla has fundamentally changed our world. If you were to eliminate his work, the wheels of industry would cease to turn, trains would stop, and cities and towns would be plunged into darkness. Every power line is a tribute to his genius. He is an equal of Maxwell and Faraday, Volta and Hertz, and I truly hope he cherishes this award. Like the poet Alexander Pope might have written, "Nature and nature's laws lay hid in night. God said, 'Let Tesla be,' and all was light." Dr. Nikola Tesla.
It's humbling to hear such kind words, but I must take exception. He said every power line is tribute to my so-called genius, but electrical transmission by wire was only first step and was never meant to last. Wireless energy, wireless communication was always goal, always, and this inevitable future for mankind. This is promise of World Wireless Station at Wardenclyffe, which is now taken from me for failure to pay tax. Mr. Chef has paraphrased great Alexander Pope. If I may do same, I say, let Wardenclyffe be, and all will be light.
see why this won't work.
What now, Thomas?
Even Henry Ford believes in telepathy. That duck has got a gasoline engine for a soul. Let me get this on you, Mother.
Are you sure this is safe, Thomas?
Sit.
Dearie, do please be careful.
Don't worry. There's no electricity. It's not plugged into anything, see?
Yes, well, sometimes you don't know when to stop these experiments of yours.
That's true, isn't it? Isn't it? I like to say I did 10,000 of them to get that first lamp to burn. Back in, when was it?
1879,
Oh, yeah,
wasn't it?
79, yeah. Well, I remember that god-awful winter. Even the toilets froze over. It's 52 years ago. Seems like it was just yesterday.
What is this contraption, Thomas? What have you put on me?
It's a little experiment to see what makes us.
What makes us?
Yeah, our personalities, they gotta be made of some sort of matter, don't they? Or maybe it's like a kind of electricity. Yeah, maybe that's what leaves us in the end, like a bolt of lightning. A flock of birds trying to find a new mind to nest in.
Thomas, you know, when we pass, it's our soul that leaves and goes to paradise, or the other.
Now think, Mother.
Of what?
Anything. If thought is matter or a kind of current, these coils should resonate. And maybe we'll hear them or see them.
All right.
Anything?
No.
Try again.
I'm sorry, dearie. Nothing.
Well, maybe after 10,000 more tries, huh?
I don't think a soul can be seen, Thomas.
Must be.
I don't think so. At least not by mortals.
It must be ruled by intelligence. This universe. Everything that exists all around us.
Thomas, are you all right? Dearie.
It's very beautiful. Over there.
Thomas. Thomas? Thomas? Oh!
Though he disdained the hero worship of a grateful world, less exalted beings must always sense him as a peculiar force of nature in human form, a phenomena beyond the comprehension of ordinary mortals. Picture, an electric lightless, an electric powerless, a telephoneless, a motion pictureless, a phonographless world, and a brief realization of the greatness of the Wizard of Menlo Park dawns upon us. Earlier this year, at his 23-room mansion in West Orange, New Jersey, the press gathered on the occasion of his 84th birthday. Mr. Edison, what do you think of Einstein's theory?
Well, I don't think anything of Einstein's theory. I can't understand it.
Well, what do you think of the sound pictures of today?
What do I think of the talking pictures?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never heard one.
Well, how does it feel to be 84 years old?
Well, it feels fine to be 84 years old, as long as there's nothing wrong with you.
The world mourns the passing of this super being who defied classification. What more can be said? What greater tribute can be paid than to say, Thomas Alva Edison, he is humanity's friend.
Nikola? It's Anne. Anne Morgan.
Yes, Miss Morgan.
I didn't expect to see you. Did you have an appointment with my
I
mother?
am here because of this war with Germany and with Japan, this terrible, terrible war. And Sam.
Sam?
Samuel Clemens, a writer, Huckleberry Finn.
Yes, Mark Twain.
Sam encouraged me to make terror weapon to end war, but Sam is wrong. Cannot end war with more and more terrible weapon. War can only end when every country can stop these weapons. Teleforce.
Teleforce.
World Wireless Towers project field of force around whole nations is based on 4 new inventions, and I have tested 2. I'm here to tell your father to complete this great work. Laboratory is needed. I am many years without, and all must be tested.
You mean to tell my brother Jack? Yes. Father's been gone for almost 30 years.
People say I am the dreamer, but I dream no longer. Your father must know I am a practical man of great experience, learned in many long and bitter trials. Forgive, but I'm late.
Late?
For park.
Well, I could use some fresh air. These birds all seem to know you.
Someone I love. She died last night.
What? Who?
White as snow with gray on wingtip.
Yes, I know how much you love them.
Was sick when I find her here in park. As long as she lives, I know I can complete any work. But now she is gone. And gone is my work.
Oh, I doubt that. Invention is like breathing to you.
27 fewer today. Well, I have yet to publish, but their number is always divisible by 3. I tell you, if you know magnificence of 3 of 6 of 9, then you know secret of universe. She limps. Oh, you see, she limps.
Why, I don't see her.
Let's go up lane.
Oh. Nikola, it's starting to snow. You must be freezing. Why don't you get her and us to someplace warm?
Yes, warm.
Mine. All the cages. It's amazing how many birds you can keep in a hotel room.
Or over 100.
100. And also happy to see their papa. You all right? Nikola, what's this? It looks like a little shower or...
For a bird.
Oh, shower for a bird. How sweet.
Oh, be careful of box behind you.
This
Contains device to destroy airplane.
Thank you for telling me. Nikola, look. It's starting to snow harder. And it looks like a blizzard.
When I was boy, very young, had cat. Metzek, finest cat in all world. When I pet him on winter evening, when snow fall thick like this, miracle I see. Metzek fur become sheet of light. I ask Father, what is this light? He tells me it's electricity, same as lightning. So I wonder, is nature a giant cat? And if so, who will stroke its back?
A profound question, isn't it?
Not single day has passed when I have not wondered what electricity really is. And now, 80 years on, still have no answer.
Perhaps instead of pigeons, you need another cat.
Yes, perhaps.
Do you remember, Nikola? Standing here just like this? All those years ago. Looking out a window in your laboratory on Houston Street. You spoke of a world undreamed. Do you remember?
I remember everything.
You never married. Neither did I.
Sorry, Doctor, I didn't realize you had company.
Oh, Miss Morgan, my assistant, Mr. Sir.
Yes, of course. We've met many times.
I'm sorry I didn't recognize you.
I must be off, Nikola. You be well. Take good care of yourself.
Has come up lame.
How terrible he looks. How frail he's become.
I know. I can't get him to see a doctor, and all he eats are graham crackers and milk.
No.
Last week, he asked me to take a letter to Edison, who's been dead for 14 years.
Well, I'm coming back tomorrow with the doctor, whether he likes it or not.
That would be most welcome.
I'm dreamed.
Pardon?
Tomorrow, Mr. Sheriff.
Thank you, Miss Morgan. Let me walk you out.
Ah. Yes, yes, favorite maple peas. Oh, 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 oh. White as snow, like an angel. You did not forget.
Nikola Tesla wrote, "Let the future tell the truth. The present is theirs. The future for which I have really worked is mine."
Thomas Edison said, "I never did a day's work in my life. It was all fun. If we did all the things we are capable of, we would literally,
Yes, literally,
astound
ourselves.
ourselves."